As Apple and Google battle it out during their yearly phone launches, Samsung is quietly holding back, waiting for its traditional February Galaxy Unpacked event to unveil the Galaxy S26 lineup. That means we're still about 6 months away from the official reveal, but early leaks are already painting a picture that might leave Samsung fans divided. The biggest letdown so far seems to be the Galaxy S26 Ultra's battery. Reports suggest Samsung is once again sticking with the same 5,000 milliamp hour capacity it has used for years. If true, this would mark the sixth straight Ultra without a boost in size. The only upside? Leaks indicate the Ultra could finally adopt 65 watts fast charging, a step up from the current 45-watt standard. Design is another hot topic. After the S25 Ultra sparked controversy with its softer, rounder edges, a look many critics felt made it resemble an iPhone, the S26 Ultra may push that design language even further. Rumors point to an even rounder build and a slightly larger 6.89-inch display, achieved not by increasing body size, but by shrinking the bezels. According to Phone Arena, fan reactions have been mostly negative. For years, the Galaxy Ultra series stood out with sharp corners, a bold, boxy silhouette, and distinctive curved displays, design traits that set Samsung apart. In fact, some iPhone users even bought square cases to mimic the Galaxy Ultra's aesthetic. Now, with Samsung moving away from that unique identity, many fear the brand is blurring the line between its flagship and its competitors. Of course, these are still just leaks, and Samsung has plenty of time before February to surprise us with changes. According to well-known tipster Ice Universe, all four corners are getting even rounder. The goal? A phone that feels smoother and more natural in the hand. Some people might say Samsung is copying Apple, but honestly, this seems more like Samsung putting comfort and usability first. And it's not just about the corners. The S26 Ultra is rumored to be thinner, lighter, and overall easier to handle. At the same time, it could be a bit taller and wider, which might offset some of that slimmed down feel. On top of that, the display is getting a slight bump from 6.86 inches on the S25 Ultra to 6.89 inches on the S26 Ultra. The trick is slimmer bezels, so you get more screen without making the phone harder to manage. All in all, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is shaping up to be another impressive release. Rounded corners, a thinner and lighter build, a bigger display, and a strong focus on comfort and usability. If Samsung delivers, that'll be 3 Ultra models in a row that hit the mark. So what about you? Do you prefer the sharp, boxy look of the older Ultras, or are you glad Samsung is bringing back the curves? Fresh rumors suggest that Samsung's upcoming Galaxy S26 Ultra could sport a massive new camera island. But sadly, the same excitement doesn't extend to its battery. For months, some leaks hinted at a potential upgrade from the S25 Ultra's 5,000 mAh to a larger 5,500 mAh cell. Unfortunately, those hopes have now been crushed. A recent listing from China's Quality Certification Center confirms the S26 Ultra will carry a 4,855 mAh rated battery, translating to the same 5,000 mAh typical capacity as its predecessor. In other words, Samsung isn't pushing battery innovation here. Interestingly, Samsung's new design language seems to align more closely with competitors like the Pixel 10 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro, both of which use rounded corners for a sleeker in-hand feel and better pocketability. The move represents one of the biggest design shakeups in Samsung's Ultra lineup since 2022, when the S22 Ultra first introduced the integrated S Pen compartment. Meanwhile, renowned leakster Steve, on Leaks, is already working on CAD-based renders of the Galaxy S26 series, which should give us a clear look at the new design within the next couple of weeks. Looking further ahead, 2026 could also bring a change in Samsung's naming strategy. Reports suggest the company might replace its vanilla models with new branding, introducing the Galaxy S26 Pro, S26 Edge, and S26 Ultra instead. And this time the scoop comes from none other than Digital Chat Station on Weibo. He has dropped details about the screen size and battery capacity of the upcoming Galaxy S26 Pro, and the numbers might just be final, since they're tied to China's 3C certification database. So let's start with the display. The Galaxy S26 Pro is tipped to feature a 6.27-inch display, slightly larger than the 6.2-inch screen of the Galaxy S25. It's a small bump, but it puts the Pro model right in the sweet spot between compact and immersive. For comparison, the S26 Edge is expected to keep its 6.7-inch panel, while the S26 Ultra is getting all the next-gen display upgrades. That means the Pro could also benefit from Samsung's enhanced panel tech, more brightness, richer colors, and sharper detail. But here's where things get a bit controversial: the battery. The leak suggests that the Galaxy S26 Pro will come with a 4,175 mAh rated capacity, which Samsung will market as 4,300 mAh typical. Sure, it's a 300 mAh jump compared to the Galaxy S25, but many fans are already calling it underwhelming, especially since Chinese competitors in 2026 are crossing 5,000 mAh in their Pro variants. And while the Pro gets a modest bump, what about the big boy? The Galaxy S26 Ultra? Well, another listing from the CQC database confirms that the Ultra will stick with a 4,855 mAh rated battery, marketed as 5,000 mAh typical. Yes, the same as the S25 Ultra. Samsung has once again played it safe after the Note 7 battery incident. No jumps in size, no risks. Instead, Samsung is focusing on software and AI-powered optimizations to squeeze out better endurance from the same capacity. But there's good news. The S26 Ultra is rumored to support 60-watt super-fast charging, capable of refueling up to 80% in just 30 minutes. That's a big step forward compared to Samsung's current charging speeds. What about the processors? The S26 Pro and Edge could ship with Samsung's Exynos 2600, built on a cutting-edge 2nm process, promising improved efficiency and battery life. Meanwhile, the S26 Ultra is expected to run exclusively on Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite 2, a beastly chip manufactured on TSMC's enhanced 3nm node. Performance and power efficiency? Expect both. According to a trusted insider, the Galaxy S26 Ultra will drop the boxy look entirely in favor of more rounded corners, marking the end of a design language Samsung has carried for years. Tipster PhoneArt, who has a strong track record with Samsung leaks, claims that all four corners of the S26 Ultra have been noticeably rounded. The change is said to be nearly finalized, giving the phone a fresh identity compared to its predecessors. The S26 Ultra will therefore take a big step away from the sharp, squared-off aesthetics of the S22 Ultra, S23 Ultra, and S24 Ultra, which borrowed heavily from the Galaxy Note series. Even though this year's S25 Ultra softened the edges slightly, the S26 Ultra will fully embrace a more curved silhouette. Interestingly, Samsung's new design language seems to align more closely with competitors like the Pixel 10 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro, both of which use rounded corners for a sleeker in-hand feel and better pocketability. The move represents one of the biggest design shakeups in Samsung's Ultra lineup since 2022, when the S22 Ultra first introduced the integrated S Pen compartment. Meanwhile, renowned leakster Steve, on Leaks, is already working on CAD-based renders of the Galaxy S26 series, which should give us a clear look at the new design within the next couple of weeks. Looking further ahead, 2026 could also bring a change in Samsung's naming strategy. Reports suggest the company might replace its vanilla models with new branding, introducing the Galaxy S26 Pro, S26 Edge, and S26 Ultra instead. Thanks to trusted leaks from Anthony, we now have a crystal-clear glimpse into Samsung's boldest vision yet. The headline change? Power, delivered without compromise. For the first time ever, the Snapdragon chip goes global. No more regional splits, no watered-down variants. Every single S26 Ultra user worldwide gets the absolute best performance Samsung can offer. That alone is huge, but it's just the beginning. Samsung is pairing this raw horsepower with a brand new display that not only looks better, but feels futuristic. Full S Pen integration keeps the Ultra experience premium and versatile, while the camera system undergoes a dramatic transformation. Front and center, a fresh 12-megapixel 3-dice telephoto lens, a sharper upgraded selfie camera, and a next-gen laser autofocus sensor designed to lock on with blazing speed, turning every snap into a masterpiece. And here's the wild part: 16 gigabytes of RAM is standard, not an upgrade, not a luxury, the baseline. That means the S26 Ultra isn't just powerful, it's unapologetically built for the future. But Anthony's latest details take this phone into uncharted territory. We're talking about a larger main camera aperture for breathtaking low-light photography, a completely redesigned telephoto setup, a cutting-edge QLED panel delivering richer, more lifelike colors on a slightly larger display. And charging? Supercharged, literally,